Hi there, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my YouTube channel Sweet Smiling Soul, where I talk about all things sewing. Today I am going to show you how to sew together the Playtime Storybook. So for the last few videos we have been sewing together one panel at a time with a couple of different play scenes, and now we're going to sew these panels together and turn them into the storybook. So if you're ready to sew it all together, grab your panels, grab the PDF instructions to go along with this video, and let's start sewing the Playtime Storybook together. So for this part of the project we'll need our 4 panels ready to sew together. So we're going to be sewing the tea party and cozy corner back to back with the costume box and the bicycle. We're going to be sewing the music room and the paint station back to back with the outdoor scene, which will become the centerfold. So we need our panels, but then we also need 2 pieces of 30cm ribbon, and this is going to become our book binding. This is optional, otherwise you can also skip the ribbon and just sew straight down the middle once we put all our panels together and have like a permanent spine for the book. But the reason why I designed it like this was just so that the play scenes can be opened up. So for example, I'll just show you what it's going to look like. We're going to be, just imagine that these 2 panels are together. We're obviously going to sew them nice and neatly and then turn them right side out so that the edges are all finished. This will be our outside cover, and then we've got these panels here going together. So we've got our costume box as the front cover, and then we place this one on top, and you can imagine that these being sewn together, we'll have the costume box on the front, the tea party on the second page, the music room on the third, the outdoor scene as the centerfold, and then we'll have the painting station, the cozy corner, and on the back we'll have the bicycle. So that's how it's going to look once everything's sewn together. And the whole point of the ribbon is to have it attached to the outer layers, so not this center part, but imagine that we have the ribbon on the top and bottom of the outer section, so the costume, in between the costume and the tea party, and you can imagine that we would tie this together and then that would become the book. And if you don't want to have the ribbons, you could just sew straight down the middle and create a permanent spine, so you would do without that and then it would always be a book. So I'm going to show you how I put it together. I always use the ribbon because then these sections can be moved around and you can create a larger play scene. They can be flipped over for different scenes, and yeah, it's just a little bit more flexible in the way you can play with it, but you can also just permanently keep it together if you like by sewing straight down the middle here. I'm going to start by stitching the front cover and the tea party room together, so we're going to place them right sides together, and before we pin everything down I'm going to place one ribbon facing inward but poking out the top there by about 1 centimeter or so, and just making sure it's in the center. I'm gonna pin that first, so we want to make sure everything's straight and lined up. We're going to pin around the top edges, so we're pinning together both layers right sides together, and we're going to stitch around the edge of this with a 1 centimeter seam allowance. So you can see that we've got the ribbon coming down the center there. When we turn it right side out, it's going to be facing outward. I've got a little bit of it hanging over the top there, and it's in the center, and you can see both panels here are pinned together. And now I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, and I'm going to start by stitching about here so that I have an opening here to turn it right side out. So I'll just come around the corners a bit just to make it easier to tuck that opening in later. But we're going to start here, go around all the edges with a 1 centimeter seam allowance, and we're going to stop about here, and then we'll turn it right side out, and then I'll show you the next step. So when we come to the center where the ribbon is, we just want to reverse over it a couple of times just to make sure that it's extra secure. Then we just keep going. And now I'm just coming around slightly around the corner, and then I'm going to stop and leave that opening at the bottom. So come to about there. So we've sewn around the edges. Now we're just going to trim down the seam allowance to reduce the bulk a bit, and then we'll turn it right side out through this opening here. So you might want to use some pinking shears if you have them, but you don't have to. You can also just use regular scissors as well. So I'm just going to trim my corners with regular scissors, just making sure that I'm not cutting any stitches. and I'll use my pinking shears just to trim down those edges to about 5mm. So I'm not going to trim too much of the bottom because I want to be able to tuck that in and close it later. You can also trim that ribbon as well that's poking out and just keep coming along till the end. So now we can turn it right side out. So I'm just going to take one corner at a time and just carefully pull it through the opening. Take the other one and turn it like that. And then I'm going to take my crochet hook and poke into the corners, or a point turner if you've got one. I've actually got my point turner here, so I'll just use that to poke into the corners after I use my fingers to poke into it. I've got my other corner at the bottom here that I can also poke into. So that's all been turned right side out, and we've got the top ribbon there for tying later. I'm just going to use my fingers to push out the seams a little bit, and then it's up to you, but you might need to press it with the iron, but I would just put a protective layer of cloth of some kind or another piece of fabric over the top of your felt and things just to protect your work because it might damage it. So just be careful with it when you go to press it. I usually just get a bit of scrap fabric and lay it over the top and then give it a press. We will need to tuck in this opening at the bottom, but we also need to remember to put the second ribbon in. So tuck in the seam about 1cm so it matches where we came in on the sides there, and you might just need to take your time with this, but just tuck one end in first and then tuck the other one and pin it as you go, and you might need to press it as well with your iron. So I've just clipped along the bottom there, and I'm going to add my second piece of ribbon now, poke it inside in the center by about 1cm or so, and then I'll pin that into place, and remember to just go over that a couple of times. So now I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch close to the edge along the bottom there, and then I'll work on the next section. So I've sewn along the bottom edge there and everything's closed, and the ribbon is ready to go for when we add the next section on top. So I'm going to put that aside for now. Now we're going to sew these two panels together. So we've got the outdoor scene, which will become the centerfold, and then we've also got the painting station and the music room. So we want to line these up so they're right sides together and everything is even. We don't need to add ribbon to this one, we just need to sew them together. So I'm going to pin around the edges, and I'm going to leave that same opening at the bottom, and then we'll turn it right side out. So that's been pinned, and now I'm going to take it to my machine, start at the bottom here, sew around the edge and stop it about here. I'm just going to come in a little bit on the bottom edge, reverse, and now I'm going to turn it right side out. So we'll do the same thing as we did before with trimming down the bulk. So I'm going to trim the corners first and then trim down the side seams if needed. So I'll take my pinking shears, trim one side down. I'll trim a little bit from the bottom, but not too much. So that's all been trimmed down, and now we're going to turn this one right side out. So we'll start by taking one corner, pulling it through the gap, and pulling the other one through as well. Pushing out the corners with your fingers first, and then taking some kind of pointy tool that will help you make these corners nice and sharp. You just want to push out the seams to make nice and neat edges. You can press it if you need to, but just again use a protective cloth or something so that you're protecting your work. For this one, again, we're just going to tuck in 1cm to match the rest of the seam allowance, and we're just going to carefully pin or clip along the edge before sewing along the bottom there. So I'm going to take this to my ironing board now and prep that, and then I'll show you how it looks after. So I've folded in the bottom edge and I've clipped it in place, and now I'm going to stitch along the bottom edge there. So for this step, I've been using my hump jumper just to help me get over the bulky seam there. So I just lift my presser foot, put the hump jumper there, start stitching. So that's all been stitched closed, and I might just give it one more press and then I'll tie it to the rest of the book. So now we take both sections. We've got the costume box as the outer cover with the bicycle on the back, and we lay it open so that the tea party and the cozy corner are showing, and then we place the second section on top. So we've got the outside centerfold facing up, and then on the back we've got the music room and the painting station. So we place that on top of it, and then we take our ribbon, we tie it together in a little bow, and that becomes the book binding. Then we close it and we've got our book. That completes the Playtime Storybook. So we've got our costume box on the front, and we've got our costumes here. So we have a little cape that can go inside. We have the fairy wings. We have a little fairy wand that can poke out there. Then we also have our little dolls. That is the front cover, and then we open it up and we've got the tea party room on the left and the music room on the right. So for the tea party room, we can have the doll sitting there, we can have the teddy bear at the table, we've got our little teacups, slice of cake, and we've also got a little guitar that can sit in the music room. So that's how that scene can look. And these little pieces, if you haven't attached them to your table, you can put them in the little storage box there as well. So that's page 2 and 3, and we open it up, and then we've got an outdoor scene. The teddy bear can play on the slide, we've got the dolls that can play, we've got a little paddling pool, and if you like, you might want to make the little towel, and that completes the outdoor centerfold. Then we open it up to the painting station. So we've got the canvas, which I kept mine loose, but you might have Velcro on the back that attaches there, or you might have attached it permanently to the easel. The canvas can sit there. We have a little paint palette and paintbrush for the doll to use, and the spare paintbrush can sit in the little paint pot, or we can store them in the pocket on the paint smock or the apron. So we'll put this on the doll, do that up so she's ready to paint, and that scene is all ready to go. And then for the cozy corner, it's optional, but if you've already made the dollhouse, then you might already have these pieces, but I just decided to include them in this pattern as well. But we've got a blanket to snuggle up with, we've got a cushion, you can have the teddy bear in there, and then we've also got a little storybook, and the doll can snuggle up in the cozy corner and relax. And then the final scene is the bicycle on the back, and the doll can ride the bike. They can put their storybook or the teddy bear inside the basket, and that's all ready to go. And then we go back to the costume box. So that is the Playtime Storybook all finished, and it can be opened up as a larger play scene, just like the dollhouse and the adventure book, where things can be separated and a larger play scene can take place. And then we can flip it over, change scenes, play a bit of guitar, have a bit of a dance in the music room, maybe paint a picture. And so that's another layout you can have. You can also flip this one over, and we can have the bicycle scene and the costume box there as well. So that's how the storybook works. It can be laid out flat, or it can be tied up like so and turned into the book, and a little story can be told. Now for the extras, you'll see the separate videos for these. I've got the tea party extras for one video, the paint station extras for another, and the guitar as well, and the costumes. There's a video for the costumes as well. So I have decided to keep it all separate because it ends up being a really long video, so it made sense to break it up. So if you're looking for how to sew the extras together, just visit the playlist. The link is in the description below, and you can follow along on how to sew these extras together. And you've also got the step-by-step instructions for the extras in the PDF guide as well. So let me know what you think of the finished Playtime Storybook. I'm so happy with how this one's turned out. It's a bit different to the dollhouse and the adventure book. I think it really complements those two patterns nicely as well. So we've got a mixture of indoor and outdoor activities for this one, and is a little bit more involved when it comes to sewing the extras together and things, but I think that's what really makes this Playtime Storybook special. Let me know what you think of this project and how yours is coming along. If you have any questions, comment below. So you could send me an email with some pictures if you like. I always love to see your creations. My email is hello@sweetsmilingsoul.com. All that information is in the description below anyway. Thank you so much for following along with this new sewing pattern series. I really hope you've enjoyed it, or you are enjoying it if you're in the middle of sewing this one together. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I share lots of different videos on sewing. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.